What's going on, everyone? This is Kevin Breeze here, coming at you with my unboxing and first impressions video of the LG Aristo 3 for Metro by T-Mobile. So I'm really excited to dig on in and check this out, so let's get started. So the Aristo 3, of course, is the third iteration of the Aristo line, and this has been very popular for Metro. Now, late last year, MetroPCS changed its name over to Metro by T-Mobile, and you can see here that the box does have that new logo. So on the front of the box here, we have the actual device itself, then we have some more Metro branding on the side, and then on the back we have a bunch of regulatory information, but then up here we have the basic specifications of the device, and a summary of what's included in the box. So let's open this on up, and here is the phone. So some of the highlights here, we have a 13 megapixel rear facing camera, a 5 megapixel front facing camera, there's portrait mode, there is facial recognition for unlocking, and a gesture shoot for selfie, so pretty cool. Let's put this phone off to the side though first and see what else is included in the box. So I do want to mention that this has already been opened, and I actually got this phone from Tech Daily, so he already did a video with it on his channel, so shout out to him for sending this over to me after he was done with it, but it looks like he's already installed the battery into the phone. And also in the box we get a SIM card here. We get a micro USB cable for charging and data transfer. We get a wall adapter here that is LG branded. And we get a quick start guide here for the LG Aristo 3. And that's everything that's in the box. Let's now peel back the plastic here. Alright, now let's turn this on. So you actually turn it on with the button here on the back. This is not a fingerprint sensor, this is just a button to turn on the phone. So that's kind of unfortunate, but it is cool that this still does have face unlock. So I'm going to be definitely taking a closer look at that in a little bit. Alright, it's now booting on. We have the MetroPCS logo here, so that has not been updated to Metro by T-Mobile. So after booting up the phone, there actually was a software update available for the device. I believe it just added some more bloatware to the device, so I don't know if that's a good or bad thing. Another thing it did was update the branding here, so now it has the Metro by T-Mobile branding, whereas before it had the MetroPCS branding. So nothing too big there, but still good to see that they're still putting out software updates for the device. So let's first take a look at the different pre-installed wallpapers to see if we can change this to something a little more brighter. So we'll see what's offered here by default. So there's all kinds of different wallpapers that you can buy, of course, but there are some free ones here that came pre-installed. So there's of course one right here that says Metro by T-Mobile on it, but then there's some other brighter ones. So I don't know if I even like any of these, to be honest, but let's switch it to this one for now. Alright, set that wallpaper for both the home and lock screens. And there we go. So let's take a look and see what bloatware is pre-installed on this device. Now, there is no app drawer on this device by default, so we're actually going to pull down the shade, go to the settings, go to display and then home screen, and then tap on home. And then you'll see different options here for how you want your home screen to be configured. So I'm going to switch it from the default, which shows all apps on the home screen, kind of similar to iOS, to this home and app drawer, because that's really, in my opinion, the best way to do it. And that's one of my favorite features about Android, is that there is an app drawer. So after doing that, we get this button on the right side here. Going to tap on that, and you'll see all of the applications that are installed onto the device. So starting off here, we have a Metro by T-Mobile folder. So we have the Metro by T-Mobile App Store, Device Unlock, Mobile Hotspot, Metro Zone, My Metro, and Lookout. Now we also have the Google folder, so in here we have Google, Gmail, Maps, YouTube, Drive, Play Music, Play Movies and TV, Duo, Photos, Docs, Sheets, Slides, News, and Google One. Then we have Audio Recorder, Camera, Clock, Contacts, Download, Emails, File Manager, FM Radio, Gallery, LG Mobile Switch, Messaging, Music, Phone, Quick Memo Plus, Settings, Smart World, Update Center, Calculator, Calendar, Chrome, Name ID, and the Google Play Store. So not a whole lot of bloatware on here, but there is some bloatware, especially from Metro by T-Mobile and LG. But it could be worse. I mean, I've seen in the past where smartphones have Facebook pre-installed, NFL app pre-installed, all kinds of random nonsense pre-installed onto the device. Of course, those are great apps for people that want them, but not everyone would want apps like that. So not too bad here with the bloatware, but this does feature, of course, LG's skin. This is quite different from stock Android, just the way that everything's laid out and configured, but LG, in the past at least, and I'll know more about this as I use the device a little bit more in preparation for the full review, LG usually has pretty good optimized software, especially with these lower end devices here. So at the moment, Metro by T-Mobile is offering a deal where you can get this for free if you get a $60 a month plan plus tax and the activation fee. So it's a pretty good deal. I mean, I don't know if you want to get the plan that's $60, but you're going to have to decide on your own what plan works best for you. Now, if you're not switching over to Metro by T-Mobile and creating a new line, you are going to have to pay $139.99 for this device. That is the MSRP for it. Of course, this can change at any time, and I'm sure you could even negotiate a little bit when you're in there. So go to your local Metro by T-Mobile store and try to get the best deal there. Now, this device features a 5-inch 720p display, and the display itself actually looks pretty good. But it definitely doesn't look bad. I mean, it looks pretty clear and it's decently bright. Now, this is on full brightness, but you can see the text and everything still looks pretty crisp. It's not pixelated at all. So if you're using this device for web browsing or watching videos, you're gonna have no problem with it at all. Now, it does feature a 16:9 display, which is the traditional widescreen format. And a lot of devices nowadays have taller displays that are 18:9 or 19:9. Up top here, we do have a 5 megapixel front-facing camera, and you've probably noticed that there's pretty thick bezels on this device, especially this bottom bezel. I mean, that is massive. And there's no buttons on here or anything. It's literally just wasted space. And the top isn't a whole lot better. There's a lot of wasted space up here too. So this is certainly a lot different from some of the latest devices that have been coming out that feature notches. And this is, of course, the total opposite of that. Now, the device features 16 gigabytes of internal storage with the ability to expand that with a micro SD card. There is no wireless charging here, and there is no fingerprint sensor. This button on the back kind of looks like a fingerprint sensor, but it's not. It's just a button. There's no portrait mode on this either, and it features 2 gigabytes of RAM. The processor, though, is one of the nice surprises with the LG Aristo 3. This device features a Qualcomm Snapdragon 425 processor, which is pretty good. I mean, it's great to see that Qualcomm technology is in this, because a lot of other devices in this price range feature MediaTek processors, and for the most part, in most situations, Qualcomm processors are better. Now, the Qualcomm Snapdragon 425 processor isn't necessarily the latest because they have the 435, but it's still a good processor, and it's definitely a nice surprise to see with this device. Video recording maxes out at 1080p at 30 frames per second. The device features a 2500 mAh internal battery, and at the time of filming this video, it runs Android 8.1 Oreo. So taking a look at the right side of the device, we don't have anything. Then on the left side, we just have the volume rockers. Now, this is all plastic. Then on the top, there's nothing except for a noise-canceling microphone. On the bottom side, we have the 3.5mm headphone jack, the micro USB port, and the microphone. Then on the back, we have that 13 megapixel rear-facing camera. We have the flash, we have the power button, and we have a speaker here. This material on the back is kind of a soft plastic. Now, it does kind of pick up some fingerprints, but at the same time, it doesn't pick them up too bad compared to other devices that I've used recently. Now, of course, if you want to, you can pop off the back here and access the battery and the micro SD card slot. And here is the battery right there. So this battery is removable, and that's kind of a perk in my opinion, because if you want to buy an extra battery and you're going on a long trip or something, you can just pop out this battery and put in the other battery. So I'm looking forward to spending more time with the LG Aristo 3 and letting you know how that goes. I have seen some critics online complain that this device should have more RAM than 2 gigabytes because 2 gigabytes of RAM isn't a whole lot. So I'll have to put this to the test and see from my personal experience whether or not that's enough. But I want to know what you want me to test out on the LG Aristo 3, so let me know down in the comment section below. And also, while you're at it, let me know what carrier you use. I'm kind of interested. Do you use Metro by T-Mobile, or MetroPCS as it used to be called? Or do you use something different like Cricket, or Verizon, or AT&T, or Sprint? What do you use? Let me know in the comment section below. But thanks so much for watching this video. Make sure to sub and like it, and I'll see you in the next one.